Manhattan area of New York. Manhattan is a kind of a Long Island with the, Central Park and, all the high rises. And this is iconic, the World Trade Center Tower. There's the One World Trade Observatory. I've been on top of the tower. You get a spectacular view of, the Manhattan and all the, Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan Bridge and, Williamsburg Bridge, the, Statue of Liberty and all this. The symbolic height of this is 1776 feet, which is the year of American independence proclamation. Tragically, there were twin towers before. Those were destroyed by a terrorist attack, and then they rebuilt the tower, and it was done in 2012. And then, as I told you, the height is 1776 feet or 541 meters, representing the year of American independence. And this is the iconic Manhattan area with all the sky rises and, the financial district, the stock exchange where money is made and lost, and, the great American companies and so on. So this is one of the most iconic areas in the whole. This is Manhattan, New York, and this is iconic Times Square. We see this, I've seen it many times on TV, YouTube, etc. Those are like the displays. And these are the steps. And, this is the iconic Times Square in Manhattan, New York. Manhattan now has all these high-rise buildings. So it's one of the most iconic places on the planet. So this is Manhattan and this is the Times Square. This is the iconic Manhattan, and this is the iconic St. Patrick's Cathedral in the middle of Manhattan, and we see the, the high skyscrapers all around. So, this is iconic Manhattan and, probably the greatest city in the world, New York. I'm on top of the iconic Empire State Building, which was built in 1930-31. It was just built in 1 year, 45 days. That was an iconic thing, and we all remember the iconic, people hanging and, taking their lunch and meal. And behind me, we see the iconic Manhattan and the One World Trade Tower. Luckily, we could also see it's a clear day, so the Statue of Liberty, the Brooklyn Bridge and the Manhattan Bridge on this side. It's lighting around, and this is the iconic New York Manhattan skyline. This is the basis for other Manhattans around, Singapore, Korea, Japan, China, everywhere. The Manhattan style building. So this is the iconic Empire State Building. Building in New York, Manhattan area in New York, and behind me you see the kind of the north side of Manhattan, and the JP Morgan buildings, the East River, the United Nations building. This side is the Hudson River. A spectacular Manhattan style, and this height is about 380 meters, and then the total tower is 443 meters. So Empire State Building is an iconic building they built within just 1 year, 45 days. So in 1930-31 during the Great Depression times, and the iconic people hanging and the maids taking the maids and so on. So this is the iconic Manhattan, and this is the basis for other, high-rise districts around the world, being Singapore, Korea, Japan, China, everywhere. So this is the iconic Empire State. I'm in New York, Manhattan, New York, and this is the iconic Empire State Building, and this is between the Hudson River and New Jersey on the other side, and the East River on this side, and that's the kind of
Oh, I'm sorry.
this we are able to see the Statue of Liberty, the world, One World Observatory Tower, and then the iconic Brooklyn Bridges and the Manhattan Bridge, and then there's the United Nations, and this is the south side of Manhattan, and iconic Manhattan with these huge tall buildings. Right, and this is this building itself is 380 meters long and 443 meters. We are in the open space. It's really chilly, very cold, but spectacular Manhattan and New York. Yeah, this is Manhattan, New York, and this is the Hudson Yards development. It was developed over railroad tracks, and it's really spectacular. On top of the Empire State Building, it's about 380 meters and 442 meters to the top. And this is exciting Manhattan on the you see the Hudson River in New Jersey, and that side is there's a JP Morgan building. They built it with $3 billion. And in Manhattan, what happens is they buy the air rights of the adjacent buildings. And so one building will be super tall, and then the remaining buildings cannot build for life. So this is a spectacular Manhattan. And that side is the One World Observatory. Statue of Liberty is almost appearing. It's just walking around. This is a spectacular Manhattan.
Yes.
The check. This is a new development, and this is on the west side. We can see here, other side. We see the New Jersey side as well as the Hudson River. This is a kind of the Hudson Yards redevelopment. Spectacular. They built it over the rail tracks. Actually, extremely challenging. Yeah. That's the edge. That's the other building where you can get out and. There are 5 main observatory ducts in this Manhattan area. This is the hut. You gotta see this Madison Square Garden. This is the Macy's store, yeah, the world's largest store. It's written the world's largest store, right? Macy's, yeah. Morning this came in like that. That's the Madison Square Garden, MSG Arena. There's a tour, it's in a separate video. And then you have the Penn Station, yeah, behind it. And that's the Hudson Yards development, yeah. It's spectacular actually how they really developed. This is it. Total the Hudson River till almost we're near the Statue of Liberty. It's not visible from this window, but yeah, we're almost near the Statue of Liberty. So. So there's a Manhattan view from this side. This is the Macy's, right? Yeah. This is the Macy's store. Sorry. This is the Macy's store. This is Madison Square. West side, yeah.
See where? Yeah.
Yeah, this is Manhattan, New York, and this is the Hudson Yards development. It was developed over railroad tracks, and it's really spectacular. And top of the Empire State Building, it's about 380 meters and 442 meters to the top. And this is exactly Manhattan. On the you see the Hudson River in New Jersey, and that side is a JP Morgan building. They built it with $3 billion. And in Manhattan, what happens is they buy the air rights of the adjacent buildings, and so one building will be super tall, and then the remaining buildings cannot build for life. So this is a spectacular Manhattan, and that side is the One World Observatory. Statue of Liberty is almost circling. It's just walking around. This is a spectacular Manhattan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Milano.
This is the original lion. Yeah.
Gotta give you my deck.
How much is it?
Five, right? Empire State Building with a total height of 443 meters and 380 meters up to the 86th level. And this is iconic, offers an iconic view of the Manhattan skyline, the One World Observatory, the Hudson River, the East River, all the buildings and, the iconic Manhattan skyline. So this is almost over 100 years old, built in 1931. It was just built in, 1 year, 45 days. So spectacular, spectacular. I mean, so this is nearly a 100-year-old building. Bye.